Welcome back to Closet Full of Cash. I'm Deanna, and today we have, oh my gosh, like one of my favorite people. We've known each other for about a year now. I have helped her, given her advice on her business, which I absolutely love. But it's Alisha, and it's Lomia.
Yes.
Oh, I did it right. And her company is called Nasio, and of course, it's pure luxury resale. But I love her journey because I think it's going to resonate with a lot of people because Alicia works a full-time job.
Yes.
So please introduce yourself and tell everybody how you got into this industry.
Yeah. Okay. So, hi, everybody. My name is Alisha Lomia, and I'm the owner of Nasio. I would say my start into this journey in business was a little unique. I will say it kind of started with a love of thrifting. And me and my girlfriend would just go thrifting all the time. And I was watching these videos online of women reselling what they were finding. And so I was like, let me just give it a try. And I kind of just started out with a couple of items. And then last year, I was out on a medical leave. So I work in technical sales at a big tech firm. And I was off work for about 3 months. And during that time, I was super bored. And I was like, okay, let's go thrifting. Let's see if we can get a side hustle going. And that's exactly what I did. So I was starting to thrift and I was starting to sell stuff. I had an account on eBay already. And I created a Poshmark account, and that's how I started moving goods. And I had this vision. I was like, I want to use this as an opportunity and a way to get out of corporate. And I didn't know exactly where to start because I didn't have an LLC. I hadn't created my business or done anything like that. But I was generating sales, and it's kind of funny, but my partner was like, I was telling him about this dream, and he was like, Alicia, do you want to sell dime bags the rest of your life, or do you want to be a kingpin? I was like, I want to be a kingpin. He was like, well, you need to figure out how to start sourcing and actually do so, like go and start sourcing from wholesalers. And that's exactly what I did. But to source from wholesalers, you typically have to have a business license and
Yep.
a sales tax license and all those things. So
Yeah.
that was the driving force behind me starting the business and actually going through with it. I will say my name has gone through a couple of different iterations. I initially started out with my AOL screen name from like the 2000s, and I was like, I mean, working with Deanna, you were like, yeah, girl, that's not it. So I I knew that I wanted the name to be connected to something meaningful. Like initially it was like my AOL screen name because I wanted that something that was a part of that little girl. And so the name Nacio is my dad's nickname. His name was Ignacio, and he
Aw.
was actually an entrepreneur too. So it's just like I feel like he's living through me, and this is really something that I've created, kind of to just honor him and honor my family and the legacy and where I come from. So yeah, I would say that's kind of how I got started. And I will say I was doing really well. I was selling clothes very quickly. I went from like nothing to $10,000 a month, like overnight, and
Wait,
selling.
so on that note, because I do want to touch on this, because people start a luxury resale business and they're like, I need to go straight to wholesale. I need to like spend a ton of money, but they're looking at luxury bags and they're really not understanding the industry or anything like that. So what were you selling where you were kicking down 10K a month?
Yeah, so I actually found a wholesaler who was selling Tucker Nuck returns. And Tucker Nuck is such a hot brand and it literally sells itself.
Yeah.
So that is what I was using initially. And then that wholesaler went out of business. So it was like I was doing really good. And then all of a sudden, all my sales evaporated and they were gone. And I was like, oh gosh, this is going to be, I didn't know what I was going to do. And the wholesaler that I was purchasing from, so like I didn't invest anything. And the way that I've funded my business is through zero APR credit cards. So I was able
Nice.
to kind of purchase all those goods through credit and with credit. But a lot of wholesalers you have to pay cash and they actually don't take credit as a form of payment.
Yeah.
So I was saving the money to reinvest and I bought a big pallet of like Rent the Runway goods. And then I realized I was like, this is not it. I was like, clothes isn't it. I don't necessarily know if I like this. What I did realize was that the bags were selling really quickly. So I was like, clothes are hard because it's so seasonal. I feel like bags are very classic, they retain their value, and it's a little bit more streamlined of a sales versus doing apparel.
Yeah.
So that is kind of when I decided to start making my shift over to being a luxury resale business. And actually, I started applying to wholesale companies and came across the pre, and that's how I met you.
And you know what I always feel like clothes can be amazing if you can get them at the right price, but you'll really do well if you have a brick and mortar because it's so fickle. This is why I always say bags will never, ever, that industry will never drop because clothes, I mean, Jesus, overnight you could gain 5 pounds and now your clothes don't fit. But a
Yes,
bag
exactly.
always fits, you know?
110%. I totally agree with you. I still have, I mean, my first bag from when I graduated college and I bought my first designer bag and it's still sitting in my closet and I absolutely love it and it looks brand new still. So,
Well, that's the thing. These are emotional purchases and people buy
mhm,
them, for personal reasons. And that reason can run from because I want it to I'm marking a moment in my life. I got a raise. It's my birthday, whatever. I don't shop very often. I just don't, I'll spend all the money on my kid. But for
mhm.
me to buy anything that's like hundreds or thousands of dollars, like I just don't. But
Yeah.
I did because it was my birthday. So I really wanted to buy, and this is how my
What'd
brain
you
works.
get?
I really wanted I wanted a Chanel walk, but
Okay.
it wasn't practical for what I wanted it for. So I got a Goyard. It's a I forget the name of it, but it's just a little crossbody. It fits all my stuff. But
Okay.
here's the deal. I got that before my birthday. And I'm the type of person, if I'm going to buy something to mark my birthday, I need to do it on the day of my birth. That's just how I am. So I had sent some things that I just don't use anymore, one up to a fashion file.
Okay.
And I was like, okay, I'll use that and then I'll buy the walk because I already got the Goyard. That's like pre-birthday. It's not the day of. Well, I love Fashion File. They made it super easy. But the day of my birthday, I was told that I would have that credit to use.
Okay.
Well, then come to find out, they're like, oh, no, no, no. It's going to take a couple of days. Like the woman is texting me right now because I had picked out an Evelyn TPM, but
Okay.
it was my birthday. And hello. So I came home and I was like, no, I'm going to buy I'm treating myself. It's a milestone
Hmm.
birthday. If I don't, I'm going to be really bummed. So I went to Cartier and got another love ring.
Oh, that's even nicer. I love that.
Because I'm like, I can get a bag anywhere, And the
Hmm.
whole thing was like, look, I'm going to sell to have the money to buy just because of my brain. It's just so,
Yes,
I don't know why it's so hard for us to just treat ourselves,
it
you know?
is. I can totally relate. I do not like, I love spending money and I like nice things.
Yes.
But when it comes, like, it's this whole entire thought process of justifying spending that money. And it's like, it shouldn't even have to be going through all those different hoops in my head. It's like, I deserve it. I should just buy it.
Well, that's just it. You'll whip out that money for anybody you love and you won't even
Exactly.
think twice about it. Yeah. Okay.
Hmm.
So sorry to totally sidetrack that.
No worries.
But okay. So you have gone through a couple of iterations
Yes.
with the names and
Hmm.
now you are solid. It's Nacio official. And I will link everywhere for her website because it is probably one of the most beautiful websites I've ever seen. And I look at multiple websites a day, and I can't tell you how trashy a lot of these are. Hers is, I love it because you automatically, with the fonts that you've chosen and the colors, it's luxury and there's no question about it. Okay.
Thank
But the
you.
way that you built it is so easy to navigate, and that makes it so much more simpler for people to find. But I think my favorite thing is that you have your story. You
Yes.
have pictures of your father, which
Hmm.
to me as a customer or a consumer, that always makes a connection. it's, oh my God, okay, this is really something that you love and it comes from your heart. So
Mhm.
that right there is going to create a layer of trust,
Yes.
because I've seen pictures of your dad. That's Nazio. I know
Hmm.
Nazio, so, but it's the same. And also on social media, which I know you've gotten over your little hump. So talk about that because you do post live videos.
Yes. So, you know what? I have started trying to just put myself out there. And I think that's a big part of this business. And that's something that I've learned spending my whole entire career in sales too. Sometimes you just have to put yourself out there and you have to fake it till you make it and like go through the cringe. And I feel that I have felt that way in every sales role that I've had. And even when it comes to like posting, I'm not going to sit here and be like, oh, I feel like comfortable doing it. But it's like, you know what? You have to feel uncomfortable to grow. And that's what I'm doing. And I want to connect with the people who, I guess, my customers, and create a community that is built on like really just like peace, love, happiness, safety, and all the positive things. And just, yeah.
But that's beautiful. And this is why I love doing this, because I love talking to different business owners, because everybody has a passion in there, and it's a
Yes.
collective passion for luxury handbags. And of course we all want to make money and our businesses be successful, but when you listen to these, like
Hmm.
you're always just a boatload of positive. That's what you put out there. And I
Oh,
don't want to
thank
say
you.
peace and love like in a snarky way, but you really exude
Yeah.
that. Like, because I've
Thank you.
watched your videos and I've seen, like, I can only handle so much of people and their bullshit on
Yes.
social media. But when I come to yours and I come to other ones too, I'm like, that that's real. That's a real
Hmm.
person, and that's
Yes.
what people connect to. And that again is another layer of trust. So I'm
Yes.
super proud of you, because I know this is not easy for you, but like you said, you grow in the uncomfortable.
Yes, 110%. Yeah, no, thank you so much, Deanna. I really appreciate it. And even just like part of the vision, I think, is being able to create something that I haven't experienced in corporate. I think there's so many different loopholes that you're jumping through all the time, and politics, and like I want to create a business, but also just a good environment, just in general, to be able
Yeah.
to, a safe, like I said, a safe space.
Well, it's nice because you have total control over that safe space.
Hmm.
So
Yes.
you can do what you want and build
Hmm.
however you want. And that's the beauty of entrepreneurship. It's not
110%.
it's not like people getting into this industry, they're like, "Oh, I'm going to get bags. I'm going to sell bags and I'm going to make a ton of money." It's like,
Hmm.
"Girl, good luck.
Yes.
Surround yourself with people smarter than you that have been in the industry longer than you, because
110%.
you're
Yes.
like, how I kind of look at it is like, how salmon, when they spawn, they swim upstream, but there's a million of them swimming at the same time. And the
Okay.
ones that are the strongest are the ones that are in these little groups, they make it, So that's almost what you're fighting every
Hmm.
single day. So it's like, all I can say is you don't have to jump through hoops, just be your authentic self. And
Yes.
the people will gravitate to you. They
Hmm.
will. But always be comfortable in what you're doing. Like if you're
Yeah.
absolutely horrified, like I will have a heart attack if I go live. I mean, you
Hmm.
won't, but if that doesn't look, if that's not your jam, then figure out what is and do that.
Yes. And I think this is the beautiful thing about Nasio too, is it's all a part of like my own journey as well through life. And like I think womanhood and learning to show up as my authentic self. And that's what I love so much, is that it is this outlet where I mean I'm figuring out who I am as a person. And it's like I can be exactly who I want to be. I don't have to worry about what other people are gonna say, and just really growing into the woman that I want to be, and being more, just like I said, putting myself out there, being more confident, just going with my gut, my intuition, and not second guessing everything. And that's Nasa just represents it so much. It's not just like a family legacy, it's just a journey through life that I'm on right now.
I love that so much. I
Thank
really
you.
do. And I love
Mhm.
that you're sharing that, because
Yeah.
other people will listen to this and they will connect. They'll be, oh my God, I'm doing that, or I want it. And it's not just, I mean, we're talking about her business, luxury resale, but it's like, it's you as a person too.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yes, 110%.
Oh my gosh. Okay. So how is business going now? How are you, growing it? Like, what are you doing? I know, fall and the holidays are coming, and
Mhm.
you just had your first pop up.
Yes. So if I'm completely truthful, sales have been slow since I've started. And will be completely honest and say, like, have I been putting all my energy into Nasio? I haven't. I work a full-time job, so I've really had to prioritize and balance what I'm doing. Um, but as far as things that I have coming up and what I'm really trying to do to grow my business is just, again, putting myself out there.
Mhm.
I had my first pop up and I thought it went really well just because it was my first pop up and it was the first time I experienced anything like that. And it was very stressful and it was very overwhelming, but it was such a good experience. I will say I felt like I was like, damn girl, you really showed up and you showed out, especially
Ah,
with all the branding and kind of I would say like the dust bags, shopping bags, and all that type of stuff. But I will say like I didn't have any sales at my first pop up, and I thankfully to your guidance, you know, I wasn't even disappointed because we talked about it as far as what to expect. It was just an opportunity to put myself out there. And really, it's given me the confidence to go and connect with other local business owners in the area. So I will be planning next week a pop up at a luxury clothing store that has both
ooh.
women's and they also do custom suits for men. So
Oh,
I will be meeting with the business owner next week to discuss that for a fall opportunity to collaborate together. And then I'm also meeting with a stylist next week. So I'm really excited about that. I've even reached out to a local, it's like a it's called the Beauty Boost in Lancaster. And it's
hmm.
essentially where a bunch of local women business owners come together and they host these events and pop-up shows, and
Oh,
it's really about
wow.
entrepreneurship. So I will also be meeting with the owner of that tomorrow. So I am really just trying to put myself out there as much as possible and targeting businesses I do want to collaborate with, but kind of this is making me realize how important it is to have a community and not just like a social media community,
Yes.
like to build my community where I actually am. And I've been here for 10 years and I have not been involved in the community at all, really.
Uh-huh.
So this is a good opportunity again for me to just put myself out there and it on like as far as growing the business, but growing relationships too, because that's what I'm looking for. It's just connecting with people, good people, positive energy, good vibes.
You know what? That is so awesome. And I love that you have all these meetings set up, because that's
Mm-hmm.
like I talked earlier, like I always say, because you can start a business and you can have the biggest budget in the world. It doesn't mean you're going to get sales. If you focus
Yes.
on social media, likes do not pay the bills. They do not
Yes.
bring in sales. It's good to brand your business, but when you start in your local community and you're face to face and you build those relationships, I swear to whatever you want to swear to, it will work. It will.
Mm-hmm.
Your business will grow organically. And,
Yes.
for you, because you do work a very demanding full time job,
Mm-hmm.
your little side hustle, your business, your passion, have faith that it's going to grow exactly the time it's supposed to. It is not growing
Yes.
right now because you don't have the bandwidth if it took off
Mm-hmm.
overnight. Okay.
Oh no.
No.
No, although I will say I dream of quitting my job. Like I think about it all the time and I have put targets out there, even if it's like I told myself, which I don't know if it'll happen, but I'm like maybe by
Doesn't
the end of the
matter.
year.
Throw it out there. Throw it out
But
there.
But by the end of the year, I can look at kind of where I'm at, reevaluate, have I saved up enough money so that I can actually pour into this full time? And that's
Yeah.
kind of where I'm at, is just constantly evaluating that so I can eventually dedicate the majority of my time to Nasio.
Okay, so there's a whole lot that you can do even while you're working a full-time job.
Mm-hmm.
So are you selling on any other platform besides your website, your bags?
So I'm on Poshmark and I'm also on eBay with my bags.
Okay. And how is
Yes.
that going?
I will say eBay, I have not had any sales, but Poshmark is where I've had all of my sales. And I think that's pretty kind of reflective of kind of when I was selling clothes too. Poshmark really just things sell a lot quicker on there, in my opinion. Have higher volume selling on there than I do on eBay.
Yeah, I think it's unique to each seller,
Hmm.
which platform works better. Um,
Yeah.
so what are your next steps? I mean, you have these meetings planned. Are you like, how are you marketing your business right now?
How am I marketing my business? Deanna, that's a good question because I'm trying to figure that out too. Wearing that marketing hat, will say I am not a marketing person whatsoever. I am an engineer. I am a problem solver. That has been my jam. But marketing, I'm like, oh, who, what, where, when, why? Um, but I feel like as far as marketing my business, so social media is what I'm trying to use. And then also, I have a couple of friends who have businesses in town. So I have partnered with them to have some of my bags at their, I would say, businesses. So one of them's
Perfect.
a luxury med spa, the other does eyebrows and kind of facials, just to try and market naturally that way. I also want to, and I don't necessarily know if it's marketing, but I do want to try and do um, optimize my website. Like SEO optimization is kind
Yeah.
of what I want to look into a little bit more. Um, but that, again, I'm not a marketing person. I'm still figuring out how to market. I think just through pop-ups and events and being live is really kind of what I'm going after. And I think even I want to get better, but get an email flow going on my website so that that's,
Yes.
yeah, I don't
Yeah.
have an email flow.
Yeah.
I think that is a good way to market myself too, just to make sure I'm getting customers' emails and then kind of sending out emails, blasting them just to get customers' attention.
Well, that's the most important thing because, again, I've had this conversation. Your business, the only thing really of value is your customer list. That's
Hmm.
what someone will buy. They don't need the Shopify site, they don't need the
Yeah.
inventory, that list. So that's what you need to constantly be building. For you, making it easy for people to sign up and don't
Hmm.
feel like you have to barrage them every single day with it with a newsletter or hey,
Oh,
this is coming in or whatever. You don't have to do that. The third point I want to make is go on Upwork. It's upwork.com. I told you about
yes.
this. You can
Yes, you did.
hire someone, and I hire all the time off of there and I always do it internationally.
Hmm.
Because frankly, the people in the US, you guys are crazy with what you want to charge an hour,
Yes.
So
Not affordable.
but you can hire someone to do your newsletters, to post
Hmm.
on social media, to do all those things to kind of fill in the gaps because, again, full-time job and a life
Yeah,
and all that kind of stuff.
totally agree with you. And that's something that I
Yeah.
need to explore more of. And I think part of it is like relinquishing the control because right now I'm still like trying to figure everything out and make sense of everything that I have not felt comfortable to be like, here, go, because I'm like, I don't even know what I want to do right now. And I don't, that's just going to be a part of the journey. And knowing that I'm not going to know sometimes and
No.
just finding somebody who can help support and finding resources.
Well, that's the great thing about Upwork is that people can apply for your program, your job, or whatever you're offering, but they give the referrals. This is what I've done. As long as you get someone that can work with you, and no one's ever going to know exactly what you have in your brain. Trust me. If AI is so great, why can't it understand what I'm trying to do
I
here?
hear you. Just
You know,
like, damn.
but this is why, like I say, brand kits are so important because when you're
Hmm.
hiring out, these are the fonts we use, these are the colors, this is the vibe. Look at my social media, look at my website. Because they're outside of it, they can come up with the most amazing posts for social media for you just to keep reminding people that you're there. But
Yeah.
if you do it And if you use a platform like Later or something like that, where they schedule everything and then you proofread it, make sure if you're good with it.
Yes.
Look, I am absolutely 100% a control freak. I could do it myself. I don't care if I'm going to bitch about the whole time that I have to do it, but I've got to do it because no one's going to do it as good as me.
Exactly. That is part of my issue. Like literally, like that is my issue. Like,
but you know what? When you find that person that you gel with,
yeah,
then it's like, oh my God. And that's a really hard thing to give up control. And look, we're talking about social media posts. You can go in at any time and delete it. It's not,
yes,
but it's the trust that you're creating.
it is the trust working with a new person because I think just across the board, I'm working with a new person right now at work, and we're navigating what that working relationship looks like, and that's not always the smoothest
No.
experience either. So I think that is a little bit of my hesitation. It's like just being able to kind of pull back the reins and finding somebody that I'm comfortable to work with.
Okay, in lieu of that, if you're not ready to hire this out, then what I used to do when I had my businesses, I would grab a bottle of wine on a Sunday night, literally. Saturday actually was Saturday night because my daughter would come home on Sunday, and I would bang out and schedule social media.
So, Deanna, you have told me to do this. And I think, let me tell you what my issue is. And I think the hardest thing that I've had with I guess, with building this business is staying consistent on all fronts. And that's what I told myself I was going to try and do is just show up consistently. But, life gets in the way sometimes, and that is completely okay. But that's for social media too. It's just like being disciplined, and that is, and actually allotting time. And that's something that I would like to start doing moving forward is even if it's just saying, I'm going to do this for an hour today, dedicate an hour every single day to Nacio and be disciplined about it. Show up and show out.
Well, you know what? Even I find I live and die by my calendar. If it's not on my calendar, it doesn't happen. I almost missed. It was just kismet that we came home because I was late for a call with someone I really, really wanted to talk to. And I'm so glad he was so forgiving. If it's not on my calendar, it doesn't happen. So even if you put a 30-minute block twice a week, this is what I'm doing. You can't do everything. Okay. No, you can't.
Not at all.
So do it in small, but no, that 30 minutes, everything goes off and write in your calendar, get social media for next week together. I will detail in my calendar what I have to get done because again, that's how I run my life,
Yes. No, I totally agree with you. It's I have that level of discipline for my real job, my 9 to 5. But when it comes to this, I don't have that level of discipline.
Well, see, I learned that I can't have one without the other because there's shit that I want to get done in my life. And if it's not in front of me, if you saw all the Post-its all around, oh my God. And I have Notion. You would think, I mean, I have 2 monitors. I would live and die by that now. Not at all. It's the calendar for me. That's what works for me. But if it's on there, it gets done. So, but you know what? You've got to figure out what works best for you. And the one thing that I will say is this is your baby. Okay. Don't beat yourself up. That's the biggest thing because look, we look out there and we're like, oh, I should be doing this. I should be doing this. No, you're exactly where you're supposed to be. No,
exactly. No, I totally agree with you. And it's just we are all on our own individual journeys and we should celebrate when other people make their accomplishments, celebrate when we make our accomplishments and just support each other because we're all in different spots. And I think if anything, look at people who are doing well and maybe aspire to be them, but don't have that be your expectation in the moment either.
No,
and I think that is something that I've really this year it's been just clicking just in general. It takes time to grow a business. You have to grow it. It doesn't just come out of nowhere. And some people, their experiences it does grow quickly, but that's, I mean, those are usually like unicorn experiences, and that's not the reality of it
Well,
whatsoever.
no, because you look at the ones that, okay, so a lot of people will say, okay, I got into this industry. I want to grow really big. I want to be like Fashionica. And I'm like,
Yes,
she's absolutely darling.
she is.
She
And I
lives a
literally
guy.
said that to you.
Yeah. Well, she lives online. She
Hmm.
has a team. Okay.
Yes,
And
yes.
she came into it from a full-time job. Okay. So
Hmm.
when you have a team around you and cash in the bank,
Yep. Hmm.
then maybe you can get a little further than someone just, hey, I have an idea. Oh,
Yes,
and I'd like to do
yes.
this. But everybody starts at the same place, the beginning.
Hmm.
Okay. So she's doing phenomenal and good on her. Like
Yeah.
she's a doll and she's really helped grow and, you know, I don't want to say legitimize, but she's brought a lot of eyes onto the luxury resale industry, which is always a good thing, you know?
Well, and I love her knowledge too of the bags. I think that is something, and this goes across like transfers from my sales career to like where I'm at now. And even like I used to sell designer shoes in college. So I did that full time to fund school, and just being able to know brands and have the history, the understanding, and the passion. And when you can connect with the piece and be like, I love this so much, don't you love it? It
Yeah,
really makes people actually like, you connect with people more, I think, like that. And it creates
absolutely.
credibility too. Because it's
Yes,
like you
yes.
really know what you're talking about. You're not just on here just selling stuff to just for the sake of selling stuff. And that's what I like about her is her level of detail.
Well, but she exactly everything you just said, I 100% agree. And
Hmm.
you're in this because you love what you're doing. And
Yes.
yours is more um I don't want to say well-rounded, but I love your story because you love the bags, number one.
Hmm.
But it's so much deeper than that with the name of
Yes.
your business and what you're trying to achieve and everything like that. And I just love that. And you know what the thing, and I've told you this before, I know you're going to be successful. You
Thank
are going to be able to quit your job
you.
because you're so intentional in everything that you're doing.
Thank
And
you. Is it intentional or me being a perfectionist?
we'll call
Probably a
it
combination of
intentional.
the two.
There's nothing wrong with that. It's just knowing when to go, okay, you know what, this is good enough right now. I got to go to the
Hmm.
next one because you
Yes.
don't. I mean, I talk to people that get so stuck in the weeds and it's like, that's not helping you. Look, this is not rocket science. Okay.
Yeah.
If you have a drive and a passion for this industry and building a business in this industry, you'll be able to do it. You will,
Yes.
because you will hustle. And even, you know, yeah,
No, but that right there, I think having drive, being driven and having grit, like that, I think just, it doesn't even matter whether it's you're building a business or climbing a corporate ladder, or if you have passion and you're driven and you have grit, you can do
mhm.
anything you put your mind to, in my opinion.
Girl, I'm doing a podcast. I don't, I love Closet Full of Cash. That's my baby.
Hmm.
Okay. I don't want to write anymore because I don't have the time and I'm not using AI for that. But I'm like, oh
Yeah.
my God, I could talk forever. I'm like, oh, so what I was doing, I bought a microphone off of Amazon and I was like, this can't be difficult. I mean, they say everybody has a podcast. And I'm like, well, mine's just going to be luxury resale. And this is what I love. This is what Closet Full of Cash started out as. I wanted to highlight
Hmm.
smaller businesses and the people behind them because look, anybody can go to the Real Real or Fashion File or Rebag, but oh my God, everybody says support small business. Well, these are the businesses that you
Yes.
should be supporting. And let me just blanket say this. I will never have anybody on my podcast that I wouldn't spend thousands and thousands of dollars with. I trust them implicitly. Authentic. I'm going to get exactly what I want. They're just amazing people. So just know if you're listening to this, oh my God, there will be a link. Go shop because you have beautiful bags.
Thank
You,
you. Thank you so much.
you've got a really, really good eye. And your
Yes.
prices are also really, really good because we just went through all the pricing. Because she wanted me to take a look at it. And I was like, dang, all these prices are really good. It's just about getting people's eyes on it, because
Yes.
once they see it, that's it.
Mm-hmm.
Because yeah, I'm on Van Island. I can't buy anything right now.
I'm Fan Island. I hear you too. Same here.
Well, okay, so what would what advice would you give to someone that was, hey, I want to start a luxury resale business? Maybe something that you've been through, or good, bad, indifferent, or a saying that has resonated with you, just a little piece of wisdom.
Just do it. Quite literally. Just do it. Put yourself out there, figure out how to do it. I mean, we all have to figure out how we start, and we start in different places. Nobody starts in the same place. And some of us will have more money than others to fund the business. But I think the thing is, don't let the lack of funding get in the way of just doing it, because you have to crawl before you walk, and
Yes.
you have to walk before you run. So
I
I would
love
say that's my
that.
best.
I love that. Well, Alicia, thank you so much for joining me today. And you know what I'm
Thank
going to
you.
do is I'm going to wait like after the holidays, then we're going to do this again, because I want to hear.
Oh, yes.
Yes, because
I
I
love
mean, I
that.
don't want to just like, oh, that was a great podcast, I wonder what happened to her. No, we're going to find out. So thank you
Yes.
so much for being on today. You are fabulous. You know, I adore you.
Thank you. Thank you for having me, Deanna. This is such a nice conversation. I love you too and your energy.
My pleasure. That's a wrap on this episode of the Closet Full of Cash podcast. If you found this helpful, subscribe, leave a review, and share it with someone you know. Got a question or a topic you want covered? Send us an email at info@closetfullofcash.com. We read every single submission. See you next episode.